Hi, everybody. Becky Cohen, your platinum leader and trainer. I am going to help you guys set up your Calendly for the first time. So whatever you do, you may be using the free trial. We always just come in here and pay for our at least the first month and then move on from there. So I have one of my new agents, Ariana. She has actually set everything up, paid for her account, and now I'm just going to go ahead and put in her calendars for her. And that way I can do the recording. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get started, you guys, right? Your account, you're going to come up here and you can look through everything, whatever it is, your account settings, your billing. You can change things in your account settings, just so you know. If you wanted to change whatever it is in here, you can do that. She is Central Standard Time, so that's great. She is actually my same time, so I don't have to freak out when I'm doing all of that stuff, because sometimes that scrambles your brain when you're working. And remember, you guys, when we get to that part, the calendars that we're looking at, so if you're inputting for Rising Tide or Travel Knowledge, whichever the case may be, you need to understand that those calendars come out in Pacific Standard Time. So any time that you're setting up your Calendly, you need to adjust what is on that calendar to your own time. So in other words, if it's 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, us here in Central Standard Time are going to have an 11 a.m. presentation. But we'll get to that when I get there. I don't want to confuse you too much. So first off, saw what we did. Now I'll go back. Yep, we're going to come in here and we're going to create a new event. Actually, when you first come in, you're going to have an event type already set up, and it's going to say a 30-minute one. I'd already been in here, so I'd already deleted it. So all you're going to do when you open it up is you're going to do the little drop down area and delete that event. And you're going to start fresh, just like me. So coming in here to the little boxes here, and it's got a drop down area next to the gear icon, and you're just going to delete that event. Okay. Next, we're going to come and create a new one, because we're going to do a group event. That one was a one-on-one, and that's why we have to delete it. So we're coming in and doing our group event. Okay. We're going to name it Informational Travel Agent Opportunity, if I can spell. Okay. Simple as that. I have some cheat notes that I use, so I'm going to come in here and get my scripts. Here's the first one. Okay, and then I'm going to bring it back out and I'm going to post it in here. And if you see what it says, you can follow along like that. I'm going to give, this is a new builder, so obviously I'm just going to give her 20 seats, and we're going to work on the blue. For me, blue is Travel Knowledge. Okay. I keep all of my people's the same. You know, if they go in and change it, then when they're asking me which event was canceled, who canceled the presentation, and I'm going to say, well, that's your blue Travel Knowledge event at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, if that were the case. So again, I'm going to open it up indefinitely, because that's what you're going to end up doing. I'm going to change this to be out for 2 days. And then once we close it, that's all that they're going to be able to schedule for, is out 2 days into the future. We're going to change this. You want to make sure you're changing the duration time, which is for 60 minutes. Yes, our presentations run 60 minutes or more. You guys see here where it says use existing schedule or custom hours. You're going to come here and click on set custom hours. Next thing, again, it's already, it reflects your own time zone. So if you're in Georgia or whatever, this would say Eastern Standard Time. And again, remember, those calendars are set in Pacific Standard Time. Over here, over to the right, it says list view or calendar view. We're going to click it. We're going to click on calendar view, and it's going to open up the calendar as a whole. I'm going to click next because we're going to be inputting for September. I'm going to click on the first. We're going to edit our dates. So you're going to come in here, you're going to edit your date. Now, you have the calendar that was sent. And whatever it is that's on this calendar, you're just going to go by. Sometimes when I'm looking at the calendar, it's on my phone. Okay. So I'm looking at the calendar on my phone, you guys. I'm going to turn my camera on, see if you can see me. You can't really see my phone, but I do have the calendar on my phone for travel knowledge, and I'm going to go ahead and set that up. I know it's kind of hard to see, and I'm just going to be looking back and forth from my calendar on my phone to make sure that I'm following along correctly. So what I do is, if there's a 7 a.m. and there's more than one of those, I'm going to click on each date that has that same amount of presentations at the same time. And I know that really doesn't make a lot of sense to you guys right now, but once I get through here, you're going to see what it looks like. So I'm going to click on the first. I'm going to click on the third. Let's see, the 10th, the 17th, the 24th. Right. It's kind of like, sometimes it gets a little wacky in how to follow it. So the next one, I'm going to look over here. We're looking for certain ones. I'm looking for the 11 a.m. on their calendar. So I'm going to adjust all of those. And I see, so the first, the 24th, I'm going to come down to the 29th, and I might have missed one, but we're going to go with that. But I walk myself through each and every one of them. So now you see how this is open up like from the AM to the PM. Well, of course, we're going to be changing that. So the 11 a.m. for us. So the 11 a.m. on the calendar is Pacific Standard Time. So the Central Standard Time for that is 1 p.m. Right? It's 2 hours. I'm 2 hours ahead of Pacific Standard Time. So it's for an hour. You're going to input the hour. So that goes to 2 p.m. And I just like do that. I don't even like find it in the little drop down. I just type in 1 p and it populates it. See? Okay. Those are the only ones that I'm going to put into this calendar thus far, because I'm going to wait to see what else is going on the other schedules, on the other calendars. So I'm going to hit apply. And those are going to fill in for those dates. Now I'm going to go to the second. Again, I'm going to hit edit. And on the second, now we have a 7 a.m. and an 11 a.m. So I'm going to hit all the same dates that reflect those, which are going to be all of these Fridays. I'm going to do all of the Thursdays, except for that one that was above that we already did. Just double checking. And except for this one down here, it isn't the same. So again, I'm looking at my calendar on my phone just to see what it is. Now I'm going to come over here in the 4th, the 18th, and the 25th. Now, these ones have a 7 a.m. So that's a 9 a.m. for me, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. And I could just say 10 a.m., but I'm just going to go 10 a.m. Okay. And now there's another one. So you click the plus to add in another box or box time. And again, it's the 11 a.m. So the 11 a.m. for me is 1 p.m. I know, kind of confusing at first, but once you get in the hang of it, it goes really simple, right? And look at all those dates that we covered. So you hit apply. Now I'm going to double check the third. And on the third, yep, I only have that one scheduled. I'm double checking and looking at my calendar. The 4th is good. Yep, I always call it is the morning and the midday. The 5th is the one that we got to change now. So we're going to come in here and we're going to edit the dates on the 5th, and they've got a 7, an 11, a 4 Pacific Standard Time. And so I'm going to find all of those, and I'm going to click on all of those. Actually, I'm going to do those. Oops, not this one. Not this one. I'm going to do, there's 4 times on here. So I'm going to set up 4 times because of one of the presenters I like. And that's just personal preference again. So that's all I'm going to do for that. Those 4, there's going to be 4 presentations for these. So the 7 a.m. is 9 a.m. Easy peasy stuff. And I could just change the P to B and A. Just like that. I'm going to add another time. That 11 a.m. that they have is 1 p.m. for me, which goes to 2. You can always just take that whatever out. I'm going to add another one, which is their 4 p.m. is 6 p.m. Central Standard Time to 7. And then I'm going to add one more to these, and they are 6 p.m. is 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. actually. So it's right. So 4, 5, 6 to 7. They're not leaving themselves a lot of time. So you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm not going to use this 4th one. I'm going to remove it. So in that case, because you know, to me, that's not leaving a lot of extra time before the next one starts. So I'm not sure how that's going to play out. So I'm going to go ahead and add some more dates, which is going to be the 6th, the 20th, the 28th, the 21st, 14th, 7th, and that will the 11th. They have all those 3 times. Apply. Easy peasy stuff. You see, when you can do it all like that, you guys, you can do it very simply, and it's all ready to go. One second. Have a little bit of multitasking to do here. And so you guys, once you let, sorry, I hit the wrong button. Once you get in here and start doing this, it, like I said, it comes like rinse and repeat. So you're going to understand it a little bit more the next time. And then of course, by the 3rd time that you do your calendar, you're going to be all fine. But once it's set up like this, you don't have to worry about it any. Well, the calendar is what you're going to have to come in and do to change for the next month. And I've already done a recording on just that. So you guys will have that access too. But once you like get in there and have this set up, have the whole entire thing set up, you're not going to have to worry about it. All right. So let's remember that. Let me go back to my picture because I lost it. So next we're looking at to make sure that the 7th is correct. Yep. 3 of them. The 8th. Yep. The 9th is good. Yep. This one is good. I'm going to come back to the 11th. That's all good. All 3 of them. The 12th has all 3 of them. The 13th. The 13th is a little different. So we're going to come in here and edit our date. The 13th. The 13th and the 27th. Okay. It is an 11 a.m. which is 1 p.m. 2 p.m. And then we're going to add another one, which is their 4 p.m., which is our 6 p.m. for their Central Standard Time. Right. And then 7 7 p.m. Make sure you guys are looking at your PMs too, because if you mess that up and have an AM and a PM, then people are going to schedule at all weird times throughout that day. So you want to make sure that you are paying attention to your PMs. Make sure that everything is matching up. Okay. Okay. Now we did the 13th. We're looking at the 14th, the 15th, the 16th, that one, the 18th is morning and afternoon. That's all three. That's all three. The 22nd is morning, afternoon. 23rd, morning, afternoon, just the afternoon. The 25th is morning and afternoon. This one we didn't hit. We must have missed it somewhere, but that's okay because this one is the morning and afternoon. And that's how we do that. We always double checking. I always double check. So the 7 a.m. is 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Make sure that just hit the a.m. Remember, there it was. We're going to add one more for this one on the 26th. And this is 11 a.m. So 1 p.m. for Central Standard Time to 2 p.m. And apply. Okay. So that was the 26th. Now the 27th, a 1 and a 6, all of them, all three. This is an only, and this has 2. Now you're going to see we're to the end of September. We're here in October. What you guys need to do is you need to open this up. You need to come in here and edit it. And I always click the first 5 or however many, just so nobody is scheduling on those dates. You see, it's got a time right here. So you need to dump that out and hit apply. And now it says unavailable. So if your calendar is open and they have something for, if it's set for 2 days out, then they'd be able to schedule on these days. And we don't want to have anything there beforehand, before we know what it is going to be. So we're going to come back up. And again, I'm going to go ahead and dump this out because today is the 31st. So just in case somebody tried to come in here and schedule that on us, okay? Make sure that it's a calendar view. Make sure this is very important. If you accidentally hit this, that's not good, because then your calendar is open for any time for them to schedule anything. Remember, we opened it up indefinitely into the future. Now we need to make sure that we are taking that bubble back to there. It's highlighted for our 2 days into the future. All right. It reflects, see how it reflects 30 until we save it and go next. We're going to go to the next area. Yay. 60 minutes out to calendar rolling days. Now I have my questions that I'm going to put in. A lot of people have different questions, but I have the same questions again, which I put in my entire team's, First I put in this one. I don't have them in order. I don't know why. I guess I should. And then, oops, I'm going to put that one here. This one is your phone number. I always hit required, and you're going to come down here and you're going to hit phone number, and then you hit apply. I moved this one up to be underneath email. Okay. And then please share anything. That's just totally up to them if they want to share something. The next question I'm going to come and get. I'm going to say this. Copy this. I don't know if it's going to let me copy correctly. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Okay. Go back to our Calendly, pop in our next question. This one is going to be a checkbox. We're going to say okay. And then we're going to dump these two. Well, I have to come back up here because I'm going to put in her name. Ariana. See, we can just do that just in case there's not another Ariana. Again, that's a requirement. Apply. Okay. Once in the meeting, please find the chat. Right. Our next question. Are you able to work in the United States. Paste it, required. Check boxes again, yes or no, or our answers and our check boxes. Dump that question, apply. We're adding another question. Do you understand this is a remote position? Again, it's required. Check boxes, yes, no. Dump that one out, apply. Our last and final question. How did you hear about us? Because we want to be able to track this, okay? You want to be able to track where you're getting all of your new agents from and how long they stay and things like this. And this is just a one-liner, but it is still required. So they have to put something. You're going to save and close. Pretty easy peasy stuff. So the next thing I'm going to do is these email confirmations and the email cancellations, it's already set, so we don't have to worry about it. I usually don't even go in there. So it's going to reflect whatever it is that we're inputting into our Calendly, right? So I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to close it all up. What we come down to is our email reminder. So we have to turn that on. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to personalize it. And again, I have the script. So I'm going to come back. This is our email reminder. There's our text reminder. We'll come in and get that next because I'm going to kind of skip around. Here's our email reminder. Copy this one. I'm going to take it over. Paste. Now you're going to have to do changes and understand this. If you're not familiar with what it is that you're doing. Now, I know, remember, we're using, that was the Travel Knowledge Calendar. Yes, their password is 123, but their Zoom ID is not this. This is Rising Tide Zoom ID. So I'm going to change the password, and it is 630-550-9862. And that's it. And of course, it's not me, so I'm going to make sure that it says Ariana C. Okay. Now, when does the text or the email reminder go out? It goes out an hour before the scheduled Zoom, right? Now, I'm going to skip the follow-up for right now because there's a lot of information that goes on there. We're going to go down here to the text and just get it done and then come back to the follow-up. So we're going to come here. We're going to personalize this one. I'm going to come back. I'm going to get that email reminder, or I mean text reminder, and it's right here. Copy that one. Paste it in there. Again, you have to change out the Zoom ID. 630. Make sure it's right. Passcode is 123. See you there. This one, I send out 20 minutes before. 20 minutes before. And that's all I do. I don't want them getting, because then they get confused. If you, in my mind, I've had people like, you know, I had other reminders going out and then they're like, why is it sending me a reminder? Because this stuff, unless you change up your reminder saying that it starts in an hour, you don't want them. I just send out these ones. So, I mean, that's personal choice. If you wanted to send out another one here, I guess you could, and but it's all going to say the same thing. So it will be starting in just a bit. You might say it starts today at such and such a time. But again, I just have it doing that. I don't like messing around with more than one reminder. Okay. I might send a text reminder personally to them from my own phone instead of from the Calendly, if that makes sense. So now we did that. What we have to do is we're going to come in here to the email follow-up. But before I do that, I'm going to go out and I'm going to get her link. You see that, okay, there's a couple of different links here. there's this individual link for just this calendar, you guys. You could copy this and utilize it just to have people going to one calendar. I'm going to end up setting up 3 calendars for her. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this link here to put in her follow-up. So I copy it. Make sure I get it copied right. So I'm going to come up over here and copy it. Now I'm going to go back in. When you enter in to fill in all that information, you're entering in from right here. You're touching there. And now we're coming back down to the notifications and cancellation. We're going to come back down to our email follow-up. I have to turn it on, and then we're going to personalize it. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and throw in her Calendly link up top, and then we're going to move stuff around because I kind of did it backwards, and I'm going to show you. Just to get it in there, we're going to take her name out of it, but her Calendly link is there. So now I'm going to come down below here, and I'm going to go get my little text stuff. And here's all of that. I'm going to copy this. And I'm going to take it back, and I'm going to put it down below. And I know I like oops, sorry, I did the wrong thing again. Copy. I'm kind of like being confusing. Paste. Okay, because this is not hers. So we're going to take that out. It's not her phone number. So I'm going to take that out. First off, I'm going to do the phone numbers. So I'm going to go get her phone number. Okay. I'm going to grab her phone number, which is okay. And now I'm going to grab all that. I'm going to copy that. And in every place that there's a phone number, I'm going to put hers in. And then it's one more time here. Okay. Oops. Paste. And I'm also going to say down at the bottom, thank you. Okay. And next, I'm going to cut that. Cut. And it says, if you would, down here, it says, if you would like to reschedule, please use the link below. And I'm going to paste that link, her Calendly link right there. Okay. Next, I'm going to go out to my YouTube, you guys. And I'm going to get my presentation for us. Everybody uses somebody else's presentation, so it doesn't really matter. Whose presentation you like is whoever you're going to use, but obviously we're going to use mine for this. We're going to copy that. I'm going to take it back into my Calendly, and it says right here, if you were unable to attend, please find the link to a video version of the information below. And that's where we're going to paste that. Now we have a YouTube. Also, it says that we have a sign up link. And I don't know if you guys know where to find the sign up link. My goodness, I don't know. I should have had her agent ID number. I'd have to track it down a roundabout way. See if she answers. Text message really fast. That's the best way. But for you guys, you're going to come in here, and it's pretty simple. When you guys like open up your back office, you're just going to come in here and open up your back office. You're going to hit enroll an agent. Okay. And once you hit enroll an agent, this is the link that you're going to put in there. Okay. This is your agent ID number at the end. So what I do just to double check is I'll hit the next and make sure that that has my agent ID number and my name. Now we're going to try to, I guess I'm going to have to track down hers and move forward, but this is what we would be popping in. You guys are going to highlight that. You're going to copy it and you're going to take it back into the Calendly. I'm going to have to change it, but I just want to show you so we can finish this out. And I'm going to paste that in here. And I've got to remember that this is not hers. I'm going to take a little bit of space out of there. Okay. And then this one is done. And when does this go out? I set this to go out 10 minutes after, 10 minutes after the presentation. There, she just got us hers. Yay, she got us hers. So hers is all right, and now I'm going to hyperlink hers, and yay, it is her. So we're going to highlight that. We're going to copy it. We're going to take it back into our Calendly, and all we have to do is highlight this one and paste. And now it's her link. Yay, we didn't have to wait. I didn't have to come back and do it. So now you're pretty much done filling in all of the information that you need for all of your calendars. You're going to save and close. Okay, now you've got one entire calendar set up. We're going to go back out, and here it is. It's open and ready to roll. People can start using the link and start booking inside this event. You want to make another calendar, right? Yep, because you're going to have more than one calendar option. I know I do. I like to give them different times, lots of different times. So that's fine with me. What you're going to do, you're going to hit that arrow. It's going to open up your box. You're going to clone this one because we've already done all the work. It's so simple, you guys. I love this. There we go. Look, it says it's a clone, but you know what? We're going to change it just to say times. Just because people are like, whoa, how come there's different schedules? Which one do I choose? And I'm just like, oh, then you have to message them back and say it's just times, right? Just different times. And that's all you tell them. I don't do anything different. What I do is I'm going to change the color of the calendar. This one's going to be purple. My purple calendar is Rising Tide, okay? I don't know that they've got a schedule out yet because today is the 31st. I know they were still looking at it. And so all we have to do is when we come in, we don't need to change anything here. We will come in and change this, our calendar, and see, it actually, why didn't it clone our calendar right? Oh, maybe because we're not, you guys, hello. Becky, hello, because you're not in September. That's why. All right. There it looks right now for travel knowledge. Sorry, you guys. Get kind of weird and crazy being an old lady. So I'm just going to save and close this for now. I'm just going to leave this calendar off. All right. What I'm going to do is remember, this is what you have to do if you clone a calendar. What do you have to do? We're going to come back in here and I'm going to show you this. Remember, the password for Travel Knowledge and Rising Tide is the same. I know that. They're both 1, 2, 3. So I didn't have to change anything on this screen except for the color of the calendar. Again, I'm going to save and close it. Next, our questions stay the same across the board. We don't have to do anything there. Next, we're going to come in here to our notifications and cancellations. Anytime that you clone a calendar and something's different, what do you have to change, you guys? You have to change your email reminder to have the right meeting ID number. So Rising Tide's ID number was that first one that we just took out, but I wanted to use the calendar for travel knowledge to show you. So it's 321-187-2020. and their password is the same. Everything else is the same. This goes out an hour before. Yep. Our email follow-up, there's nothing in there that we need to change because it's a follow-up. But our text reminder, we need to change again to have this ID number, the right one, 321-187-2020. Okay. Just like that, 20 minutes before, save and close. And now, until you get the calendar, you're just going to leave this one off, okay? And then when you do have the finalized calendar for Rising Tide, you're going to come in here, you're going to open this up. You're not going to act weird like Becky just did, but you will open it up indefinitely. And you're going to scroll over to where it says September. And now you're going to input all of the information for the Rising Tide calendar. Okay. Just that easy, you guys. You are on somebody else's team. Make sure, again, it's set here, calendar view, set custom hours. You're going to close it back up to 2 days, save and close, just leave it off. Maybe you're on Beach Bosses, maybe you're somewhere else, but maybe you need to clone it again. We're going to go ahead and clone it again, just so we might add another one. And again, it says clone, and we're going to just say more times. Okay. And that's all we're going to do. And from there, then you have another calendar ready, set to go. I'm going to change that because I know my next calendar is going to be green. So you guys, I hope this was very helpful. What I'm going to do is once you have something scheduled, you're going to look in here at your scheduled events, and then it's going to show your calendar colors, the events, the times that are scheduled. Okay. I have her on speed dial, so I will log out and show you one of mine. Then you hit back in, and just because I have a Mac, they sync, so I can't have more than one open. Which is kind of a downfall sometimes. So I'm gonna log into mine now, and I'm just going to show you what a schedule one looks like. See, I have 3 calendars going. So I have my Rising Tide, Travel Knowledge, and another one. And actually, it's my team Sail Away. And we're going to come in here and we're going to see all the ones that are already pre-scheduled, right? So these are the ones that I have people scheduled in. Yay. Okay. And then if you wanted to like see who's in this one, you hit on your details and it gives you all the information about the person. If you wanted to send that personal text message out, there it is. You can send the personal text message out, and then you can send out a personal follow-up too on your text message. If you needed to cancel the entire event for some reason, you're going to come here to this cancel. Hopefully you already have a pre-made message to pop in, because I always give them the link again to my Calendly so that they can reschedule. And I actually say that to them. Please reschedule. Technical difficulties with this Zoom had to be canceled or whatever. And then you click yes, cancel. Just that easy. Okay. I just did a video about how to export, so that's on my YouTube. So I hope again that this was very helpful and you guys can, come back to it. I will be posting this one, and how to update just your monthly is already on my YouTube page. It's Becky Cohen, Away From Home Travels on YouTube. Please subscribe to my page. I have a lot of great information there for new agents, new builders, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you. It's Becky Cohen, your Platinum Leader. Have a good evening.